Oh, warm salutations to everybody out there. It has been a minute since we have seen your faces with quotation marks. Um, I am Media Flare. I am the host of this channel, and this is my lovely party in front of me. I will be represented by this little token here, or a beam of light from the sky. Otherwise, feel free to introduce yourselves.
My name is J-Rose, but in this iteration of reality / version of time / etc., I will be playing Julius the Rose, a Clockwork Soul sorcerer, specializing in being a glass cannon and ice magic. You can find me on Instagram at JRoseLoops.
And hello everyone, my name is Bo. I use they them pronouns. And you can find me all over the internet at Dorky Teacher, except on Twitch, where it is just Dorky Teacher. You can find me on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays playing all sorts of games on that channel. And then on Wednesdays, you can find me over on the Critical Misses channel playing a game of Good Society. And in this game, I am playing a changeling? Am I a changeling? Druid, Circle of the Shepherd.
Hello everybody, I'm Shadow. I'm here. On Twitch you can find me at Shadow Sylvia. Twitter is ShadowBookCat. I am taking a streaming break this week, but on Saturday I will be continuing my playthrough, my first playthrough of Assassin's Creed 2. So feel free to pop by and join me. Whoop! And then also if you want to see, if you want to own and use some of my digital artwork that I make on my channel sometimes, then you can go ahead and visit my Ko-fi shop.
Howdy and how do y'all? I am Phoenix Wright, playing myself, Sheriff Phoenix, the College of Creation Bard. Wheeling, dealing, giving hell to the shopkeepers, and making things out of nothing. You can find me online at Sheriff Phoenix on Instagram, and yeah, just there. Thank you.
All right, and then I'll pass the microphone back off to my alter ego, the Dungeon Master character known as Heathcliff, as they pull us back into our story. We are on this map. Welcome back to the retelling of recent or post-recent events in my life, now shared with yours. I am the storyteller, I suppose, and some folk call me Heathcliff as of late. I am sharing this tale with you so you can understand the struggles I have been going through in my quest to rebuild the universe that once was mine but now fragmented amongst the multiverse. I collected a party of 4 souls plucked from the universe that they come from and placed into this one, while providing them with powerful abilities and a sixth sense added to their pool. My own train of thought was lost, and then I sent them out into the world. They agreed to find an item in the Moonshae Isles for me in order to help me repair my universe, in exchange for me to safely return them to theirs in the exact moment I pulled them out of, safe and sound. They had made a few coin and a bit of a name for themselves and acquired a seafaring vessel, as well as a few crew members to help operate it in this day-to-day business. And after setting sail and raising anchor and leaving the shores of the Swords Coast in the city of Waterdeep, the group begins their 8-day travel to the Moonshae Isles. The day is calm, the waves have been easy enough, and the ship seems to be holding up well as they finally leave the safer shorelines of the Sword Coast and enter the Black Ocean. It's about noon, and the crew is getting their sea legs accustomed, and everyone is walking around doing their daily business. Let's see what the main characters are up to today. And this.
This sea sure is nice, even though it has such a ominous name.
Yes. Yes, I fear shanties will be coming soon. Feeling the urge to sing. Slowly.
Fear, they'll probably come from you.
No, that's what I meant. Yes. I'm
Ah.
just getting that itch, and then sometimes.
Sooner rather than later, it seems.
Well, you can't say it wasn't a joyous trip.
Indeed, it's been quite the journey, certainly. But ultimately, being back on the water is soothing, I think, in a sense. Being away from all those crazy and bigoted shopkeepers.
That's
That's
true.
awful.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Well, I mean, hopefully this part of our trip is slightly better. You know, so far it seems nice. Look at these nice waves. Look at this nice ocean view.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a beautiful day outside.
Yes. And now you don't have to hide from anyone anymore, Bo. We're out on the open waters.
This
That is true. The lack of hiding is nice.
Yes.
Seeing as I can't, shapeshift anymore.
Where's Calpip at? How are the modifications going so far? Any news? Or is it just shouting to the open world?
Oh no, you have to get the crew's attention. You have to say, what is it? All hands hoy!
Oh.
That is what it is.
Oh, yeah? What can I do for you?
Yes, just checking in, I guess. Seeing how everything's going. Calpip, how are the modifications coming? Any news? Anything we can assist with?
Well, Calpip's down in the belly of the ship right now.
Oh.
I believe they were working on something, though. Oh,
Excellent.
before I forget, I was handed something on the shore before we set off. I believe this coin pouch here is assigned to you all. A note here says it is from your audience. About 300 silver pieces in here. It's pretty heavy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Maybe after your performance, someone really enjoyed the performance so much, but they didn't want to, come up to the stage and give you the money themselves.
Oh, that's true.
That's mighty kind. Wow. Wonder how they know to find you.
Well, I mean,
Well, I
obviously
was heading to
talking
your
about-
ship, and I assume they saw me getting on board and asked me to pass it along to you, knowing that you have this ship.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Balhadur. Balhadur?
She's not much of a talkative person. What can I do you for?
Oh, I was just wondering, how long is it gonna take for us to get to the Moonshae Isles?
Well, so long as everything goes fine, as she said when we first set off, it was going to take about 8 days.
Right. Okay, well, I do have some crafting that I need to figure out. Some way to melt some gold and then stuff a feather, some fur, and a fish's tail into an acorn, and then gild that acorn.
That sounds like complicated work. What are you trying to
Yes.
do? Is this a spell component?
Yep. Just your classic spell component requires all sorts of stuff in it. It's gonna be useful though when it's done.
What's it for?
It is a spell that I will be using to summon a number of creatures.
So I'm assuming some sort of druidic magic or illusion.
Yes, I would be conjuring a creature.
It is interesting. I like to consider myself a bit of a spellcaster too.
Oh, really? What kind of magic do you practice?
Most of the magic that I use involves some sort of combat use for fighting beasts in the sea and that sort of thing.
Oh, that'll be very handy. Well, hopefully not too handy. You know what I mean?
Is there a particular school of magic that you favor for these beasts of the sea?
Well, the school of magic that I use is evocation, which is the focus of concentrating the weave into a type of elemental magic. When it comes to sea creatures, I usually recommend to people to use electricity or force. If possible,
Yes.
tear into the scales, too.
Noted. Thank you.
What kinds of creatures are we likely to find on the way to the Moonshae Isles?
Well, I mean, there's quite a lot of fish in the ocean. I have seen a whale or two, and sharks. I know the merfolk and both the sea elves have some smaller towns, villages, that sort of thing, under the ocean. They pop up from time to time to speak to seafaring vessels. There's always the Sahagins, they're a pirated race. There's just regular pirates, you know. I think the largest thing I've seen is, I think a dragon turtle once. That was something else. Didn't
a
really
dragon
combat it. We managed to make negotiations with the gold we had, but...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've actually heard that dragon turtles will negotiate passage for a large sum of currency. Sometimes.
Aye, that is true. Just like all the other dragons, they do have quite the charisma and would prefer to boast about their strength than actually use it.
Fair enough.
Oh my god. Okay, and how fast do we think we're moving right now?
Well, I'd have to consult the rule book in my pocket here to remember travel time in this world. 5e travel time.
If this boat was to have a walking speed, what speed would it walk?
Well, the ship itself has a speed marked on its manufacturer's label.
Good thing we didn't rip that off.
Let's just go look on the underside of the ship. That's usually where those stickers are located.
Keelboat. The ship of this size travels at about 3 miles per hour. 72 miles per day, so long as the storms don't change, the wind's on our back.
Well, maybe we can figure out what it's going to be, at least for the next 24 hours. Heathcliff?
Smell
would
that
like to
salty sea. What can I do for thee?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to cast a druidcraft spell to learn the weather for the next 24 hours.
Ah. Does this require any components that you've been gathering, or is this something you can do with just your hands and voice?
Nope, just with my wand.
All right, then. Do we need to put our minds together to make any checks, or is this information provided through the magical energy?
As per the druidcraft spell, you can predict the weather at your location for the next 24 hours.
All right. Well, then, looking through the energies of the weave and concentrating using the powers of nature, you ripple through the algae and various fauna and flora throughout the ocean floor and read the wind in the air and determine that at some point there will be some higher waves, probably about 10 foot, and the wind will pick up to about 30 miles an hour, but beyond that, it is clear for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I think the weather will be rather favorable, at least for the next day or so.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, that's good. That gives me time to clean up the top deck at least, before the rain sets in.
Oh yes, you have to batten down the hatches for the storm.
You'll get used to using the words.
Was that improper?
Well, I suppose there's nothing to batten down right now. There's no storm on the horizon just yet, as far as the druid has said.
This is true.
Yeah, battering down the hatches is more like if the waves are so big that they're coming in through the deck.
Such as hatches, doorways for cargo bays, open cannon ports, that sort of stuff you would then nail
like
down.
Yeah, like this. You know?
Yes.
Kind of a big hole there.
Throw a
You don't
tarp
want
over
water
any
going in.
important maps, that sort of thing. But yes, I'll get to cleaning and I'll leave you to your time since it's free sailing right now. You can get a lot of hobbies done if you have any.
Ah, I have some plans.
I'll leave you to it then.
I'm realizing that I'm gonna need a pretty big fire, or at least a very concentrated one, because I need to melt gold.
Maybe Cow Pip can help you with that? I mean, I feel like Cow
I feel
Pip
like
and fire.
On the ship seems like a bad idea, though. You know?
Yes, we'll definitely probably not want to do it near any of the wood. It'll be
Do we wait?
No. Look, okay, I can also do water stuff. So, you know, if fire happens, I could just make more water.
How large of a fire do you think you'll need?
So my thought process on this, while I'm not like proficient in it, I know the theory. If I can get like a hot enough, like something that's heat resistant in terms of like a cup of some kind, like a clay pot or something.
Okay.
I could make a bloomery furnace, which is not too difficult.
Sure.
Wait a second, we have a friend who can do these things.
I was gonna say, has a knack for creating objects out of thin air.
Yeah, literally could probably make you any forgery things that you need. I mean,
That
not for, you know what I mean.
Forge.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Forge. Yeah.
Smithing.
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 Yes.
I'm going to check on Calpip if you want to ask the
Melting?
sheriff about that and reconvene in a bit.
Okay.
Where is our hooked on phonics friend?
Well, you may want to look to the skies.
Oh! Phoenix! Phoenix!
Oh? Hi, Bo. What's up?
What are you doing up there?
Keeping an eye out for pirates?
You see any?
Heathcliff,
Yes.
can I do a perception check for pirates?
Let's stretch your eyes and other senses out to the horizon and see what we can see. Upon the sea.
Feeling about a 13.
Besides a few birds on the horizon and the occasional splash of some aquatic creatures rising over the surface of the waterline, it seems to be clear sailings.
Not yet, Bo, but I'm ever vigilant.
Could I trouble you to maybe like break that vigilance for like maybe 5-10 minutes?
Right, I am temporally vigilant.
Awesome.
You need my assistance?
Yeah. Do you want to come down here so I don't have to yell?
Okay, fine. Have it your way. I'll be right down.
I mean, I could come up to you, I suppose. All right. So, I still need to gild my acorn, and that's not a euphemism. Don't even go there.
I don't believe you for a hot second. If you needed help gilding your acorn, you came to the right spot.
I think I'd be more discreet than that.
Oh.
Than just, announcing it to the entire deck.
It's okay.
Not saying no.
No shame, no shame. Okay, anyway, yes, the acorn thing, I remember. Yes, how can I help you?
Well, so I'm gonna need a furnace to be able to melt the the gold so that I can then dip the acorn into once I've stuffed all of the stuff into it.
Okay, like a kiln or like a what are we talking about here?
So here, let me draw you a picture. Let me grab some ink. So basically what I'm thinking is, right, so we could make an area like a stone structure that's like relatively tall, maybe like 2-3 feet tall, that's hollow in the center, and what I can then do is you leave a hole at the bottom for fuel, and then open top with like a little tray in the center that allows you to basically put like a clay pot or something in it, and that basically like allows you to make a very concentrated flame that can heat it up. It's like how they used to melt iron, like pre-proper furnaces and stuff. It's like the simplest way to melt any kind of metal, and gold melts at a lower temperature than iron anyway, so this should be more than enough.
Okay, that seems simple enough. Okay, where would you like this?
Somewhere not close to sales.
Okay. Above deck or below deck?
I'm kind of looking at Shadow. You do water. Would it be easier if something goes wrong? Do you think it would be easier to put out the fire on the deck?
Yes, because then.
Did you just answer a multiple choice question with yes?
Yeah, yes. I'm sorry, I got really distracted by the pretty water. It's calling to me. I feel like more water.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
So on deck then, I think.
Okay, yeah, on deck. Okay, because technically I can I can make water, but I can also use this water as I gesture to the ocean and to also do stuff.
Okay, so
Okay. How about right about there where Shadow is then?
Hey.
maybe like here, so that at least we're in between the sails, and there's a slight chance of
Okay.
In case there's an
not
updraft.
burning
think-
everything down.
Against the rail though, over there?
Sure, maybe.
Yeah, probably against the rail. So if it catches fire, we just push it into the water.
Yeah, just kick it off the ship.
Okay. I have a very bad feeling about this.
It's fine.
Okay,
This
wait,
is
well,
the
hold on.
worst
So
thing we've done.
once it's made, I mean, we're gonna have to heat it up, but I also have to still like hollow out this acorn and then stuff the whole fucking tail of a fish, fur and feathers into it.
Yep, gotta stuff your acorn before you can gild it, for sure.
That's right.
And then you gotta roast it.
Also true. Okay, well, let me work on the furnace. You work on getting your acorn all nice and empty. I need your help, Heathcliff.
What can I do for you?
I would like to use my College of Creation abilities that you so graciously bestowed upon me to make a small little forge to help Bo in their Gilded Acorn quest.
All right, then.
That was quite the sentence.
If I remember right, so long as the complexity and cost is within the realms of your powers, there are no checks or challenges that you need to do, right?
That is 100% true. I can just do it once per long rest, or else I will have to expend some of my magical prowess to do it again.
A forge is manifested onto the deck. Heavy stones crack into place as the wood creaks and adjusts to the newfound weight pressed upon its deck. It doesn't seem to collapse, but there is a bit of a dip.
How long does this last for?
2 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad. All right. Yeah, Heathcliff, I'm gonna need some help. If somebody with more crafting skills than me,
Yes. If you could provide
might
me
want to
with
assist me.
a sleight of hand check to place these things delicately into the acorn. Do you happen to have any alchemist or herbalist supplies with you?
I believe I do.
And are you proficient with using the tools?
I am proficient with an herbalism kit, and I have an herbalism kit.
Ah, then you can roll with your proficiency bonus added.
Thank goodness. So that would be a dexterity.
Dexterity with proficiency.
Okay. So it's going to be a +2. Let's see how this goes. Oh, into the water it goes. Is that 8?
You gather all of your materials and place them out onto the ship's map and start breaking down the fish into small enough pieces to put inside the acorn. However, when you go to stuff it in, you crack the outside casing of the shell of the acorn. Do you have another?
No.
Can you mend it?
Yeah, somebody has to have mending.
Do not have mending.
Uh,
Could I druid craft it to close it up?
I suppose
Or
you
grow-
can grow
grow
another
another one?
one out of the husk using Druidcraft.
yeah.
Okay, let's try that.
And as a new, fresh shell is brought into life, make the check again and see if you can do it more delicately this time.
Before you do this, Bo, look at this nice forge. It made it just from your picture. You're so capable of this. You got this. I'm gonna play a little song for you while you're doing this, and consider yourself bardically inspired.
Thank you so much. That is a lovely song. That's a D6, correct?
Yes. And you can also use one of my motes of potential to re-roll the inspiration die and choose which roll
Nope,
you'd
that's
like.
good. We're good with it. Yep, that's a 28.
That was
Wow.
as close to perfect as one could get without touching the sun itself. As you delicately put these ship parts into the metaphorical bottle that is the acorn's shell. You now have an acorn filled with the contents of the spell component.
Perfect. All right. Now, we need a clay pot. Do we have a clay pot on this ship? Anyone? Clay pot?
There's a few barrels and wooden bowls, but I haven't seen anything made out of clay, sir.
Oh, great. Okay, all right. Thanks.
Hey,
Okay, give me like 10 minutes. I'm gonna jump into the water and
Wait, no,
wild
that's-
shape. What? What are you doing?
No, it's fine. You can do it.
Oh, I was gonna wild shape into some kind of swimming creature, like a fish, a large enough fish.
I just had a moment of
That's-
panic because I forgot you could become a fish.
A reef shark.
Are you going to try to retrieve something from like the bottom of the ocean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, that's an interesting strategy.
I'm gonna try to find some clay.
I will come with you.
The Bow's underwater adventure. All right.
Yeah, no, and then just me singing, some copyrighted music. It's fine.
Excellent.
what animal are you turning into, Bo? Can you do something with a swim speed right now, I believe?
Yes, a reef shark is available to
Shark.
me.
And this. And this. And while the shark bow and lava girl, known as Shadow, dive into the water, we travel below deck to see what has been going on during the construction of this forge and spell components, as Julius checks on their gnome companion Calpip.
Good tidings, Calpip. How goes it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going pretty alright. I spilled a little bit of gunpowder, but I think it's gonna be fine. I've kept the candle pretty far away so far.
No worries, no worries. What exactly are you working on?
Oh, well, so as per instructions from the gems you had given me, I went to the market and acquired. So I was gonna just buy Alchemist Fire like you had suggested, but I found a good deal on some of the material. So I'm gonna see if I can, I could probably make like a little bit more bang for the buck, kind of thing.
Excellent. Excellent. How many do you think you can make? I don't know if we talked specifics, but I'm curious myself.
Well, it's somewhere between like the 5 to 8 range, and they're gonna definitely be, I would say, at least 1.5 times the average strength of a Alchemist Fire, based on my skills and expertise. I can guarantee that.
Excellent. Well, I happen to have access to a spell that allows me to. There's a phrase from where I come from called yeet. It's an expression designated to a specific motion of thrusting something through the air a great distance, and I have a spell that allows me to do that in a very efficient way. So I think our powers combined could make for a great